So let's talk about this card for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to get into the tarot card meanings of the world card, but the first message that I'm to give you all is, a rainbow and a beautiful, colorful macaw wanted to be this card. Now, some of this I do believe are a little personal to me, but I didn't get that when this macaw, because listen to this. I was looking for an animal to go on the cover of the Ark, and I had already been told it was going to be a big cat. I'm looking at big cats all over the place. And in the search engine of the, one of the services, I had typed in all kinds of keywords that had nothing to do with birds and it had nothing to do with rainbows. And this macaw popped up in the middle of like panthers and jaguars and lions and tigers. Oh my, right? And I'm like, I looked at that card. I looked at this animal and I went, what are you doing there? And this macaw turned its head around to me and said, because I'm the world. This card is the last card of the 22 cards of the major arcana. And the major arcana is about our journey. That is the hero's journey, right? The hero sets out on a mission. The hero learns so much along the way. The hero fails, the tower, the devil, the this, the that. Triumphantly, the hero rises again. Now we're on in the judgment card, and the judgment card is you did okay. And then we get the world card. So the macaw really wanted to be the world card because it's a rainbow. And yeah, rainbow, listen, rainbows are, they're deeply meaningful, but they've become such a joke to people on so many different levels that people don't take them seriously anymore. And once upon a time in history, especially in the Celtic, Irish, English, in their culture, rainbows, they were meaningful because somewhere at the end of that rainbow was your pot of gold. And they really believed that. And I really believe it too. Why do I believe that? Well, because what happens when you bring the entire color spectrum, and I'm not talking about race, and I'm not talking about all that kind of thing. I'm talking about holistic. This is a holistic thing. You're bringing all kinds of things into creating like a melange, if you will. And anytime you take a look at something holistically and you treat it holistically, look at every possible anything to it, it is about really taking a look at all pieces of the puzzle. And if you feel like you're not seeing all the pieces, I would really ask someone for their help, ask someone for their opinion, their perspective, their advice. And when you talk about the macaw, this is, even if this card is inverted, it's sacred contracts, it's infinite possibilities, it's new beginnings. When you want to talk about the traditional meanings, the tarot card meanings of, and remember y'all, my deck, the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, okay? So all of the traditional meanings are relevant, and then you also include the meanings of that particular animal, bird, whatever, okay? So if you take a look at the symbolism, you've got the dancer. She's just perfectly balanced and she's suspended in midair. Everything is effortless for her. She's encased, circled by the sacred circle, which is a winner's wreath. It's laurel. And then you've got, the four critters on the side. So remember when you've got a wreath, when you've got anything circular that begins, you don't know where it begins and you don't know that it ends. What that means is whatever this new beginning, whatever these infinite possibilities, whatever this sacred contract is that you're thinking about, whatever that you want to expand, elevate, it's eternal. So what you're setting into motion at this moment is eternal. So for instance, I'm like, well, why are you doing that? Well, I just want people, to remember me or to know my name even after I'm dead. I want to leave a legacy. Why? Why do you want to leave a legacy? Why? I have never understood that. I want to hopefully be able to bring knowledge and hope and healing and support 50 years from now with all the tarot card stuff and all the free, evergreen information that I put on my channel, that will always be relevant to people. I hope that's what we're creating here, which is what you all are creating when you participate, which is, I thank you so much. when you ask questions about things, because future people, those, they're going to have those same questions, right? And it will be very helpful to them. So all that said, you the universe is conspiring with you. There is just between this and the 10 of Pentacles, and then the 7 of Cups inverted, you're just being called to just take a breath. You know that you're going to be successful, period. And that success is going to keep riding out. So now you've got the dancer wearing red, or the red ribbons around the wreath. You're an infinite soul. You've got that red, that fire, that passion of the root chakra up under you. And the world tarot card is associated with the Hebrew letter Tav, and that represents the flow of energy between the earthly and the lunar consciousness, which you'll see symbolized by the twinkling stars. If you've ever noticed, there are twinkling stars in the winner's crown, right? Okay. So, or in the winner's wreath, I should say. So it also, Tav marks the beginning of what ceremonial magicians call the great work. So for instance, I love me some Arc Tarot. I do. Pardon me, y'all. I think I might have to move this crystal. I feel like I'm floaty. Like I feel like I'm in another world. Give me a second. Let me just bring myself back here. I went way up to those stars. Woof, lordy. Okay. Whatever this is that you're looking to do, it's your sacred contract. Again, I love me some Arc Animal Tarot, and honest to goodness, I really thought that was going to be my opus. That was it. The Arc is my opus. I'll do these other books and these other decks in love, but the Arc is my opus. Here's what I've come to know. What a big dummy I can be sometimes. Y'all, you can have more than one opus. An opus is supposed to be your great work. Why can't you have a whole bunch of other great works? Because I'm telling you now, when you see this book, there is nothing like it in the entire world. Nothing. And I'm not saying there will never be anything like it, but you're going to have to go some. Not you, but anybody's going to have to go some to put this kind of body of work together to honor shamanism and the spirit animal guides. And I'm telling you, what we've got, what's coming, it's not that I'm proud of it. I'm so deeply honored to be the vessel of it, because it is going to revolutionize, just like the Arc Tarot, it's going to revolutionize how people work with spirit, tone, and power animal energies, how they work with animal communication. It's craziness. And so when you take a look at, I want to go, and that reminds me now to go to the 4 critters, realize that the 4 critters that are in the 4 corners, the air, or the angel, that's Aquarius, that's the air. Eagle is Scorpio, water, lion, Leo, fire, bull, Taurus, earth. So you've got air, water, fire, earth. You've got the symbolism of an angel. You've got the symbolism of the eagle, the lion, the bull, and what she's showing you with this effortless dancing, right? And she's completely naked, which means that, especially I just wish I could give everybody a hug right now and just like talk to each one of you individually in your eyes, just look you like right in the eye, like look you in the eye and go, listen, you, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, what you want to have, it's sacred. You're being called. Please do it. Stop making the excuses. Stop being scared. Stop. Just stop. And all of this can have to do with it may not have anything to do with what you want to create on the outside. It may have to do with what you want to create on the inside, which is why she's dancing up there, in all of her glory, naked as a jaybird, because she's got nothing to hide. There's no shame. Y'all, I talk to readers every day. Clients every day, and they want to be a reader. They want to be like, they want to give readings and they want to do healings. And I'm like, why are you whispering? Well, I don't want anybody to hear me. I'm like, what are you talking to me on the bus? Like, are you at a cubicle at work? No, I'm at my house all alone. I'm like, well, who do you think is going to hear you? Well, I don't know. And I'm just like, okay, that's scared, right? Like, they don't want to come out of the closet because of their family. or their friends or whatever. Okay, the time for you're done. You're done with that. You are done with that. You're done. Okay. So that said, going back to the tarot card meanings, for the world card, um, when you now she's effortless, right? But if you take a look at her face, she's got well, let's talk about the white rods in each hand. The rods are polar opposites. They're positive and negative, light and dark. And what that means is she's balanced that inner world and outer world perfectly. And again, this can go back to, this may not be anything that you want to create in this lifetime other than yourself, which is like, that truly will be an opus. That truly is an opus. There's only one of you here and now. I mean, there's all of you because we're all each other, and each other is all us, and you get it, right? But let's say that you've got something about you that you know, like me and mine is my sugar addiction and the temper that I worked so diligently at over the years. It takes a lot, y'all, to get me riled. A lot. And no one wants to see that, but it's like a Taurus, right? I mean, if you talk to a Taurus, it may take a bit, but you don't ever, even Bernadette stays away from Taurians when they're angry. I'm like, oh, look at the time. I got to go. So there's that. Now, that having said that, let me say this. It's fun. She's having a good time. Look at her. She's a dancing queen, right? Whoop, whoop, whoop. She's even got batons. Who knows? She may be even tossing those batons up like the universe's majorette, catching them, putting them behind her back, doing all that kind of stuff. Maybe they're fire torches, right? She's a fire dancer, like in the Hawaiian culture, right? Okay, I tried that one time. It went very badly, by the way. Beer might have been involved, and it went very badly. I had to cut my hair. But anyway, I'll tell you all that story another time. It was hilarious. Anyway, because I was bitter that I didn't get to be a majorette. Girl, nobody was going to pick me as a majorette in high school. I couldn't even twirl a baton, much less anything else that was not majorette-like. Okay, so here's the story. But look at her face. There's just a flurry of activity going on, and her face is intensely concentrated. She's engaged in a lot of fun. She feels free to do whatever she wants to do, but even her most minute gesture has a purpose. Every step she takes, every thought she has, everything she says is moving toward what she wants. What is it that you want to bring, not to closure, right? No matter what you want, it's never closed. It's never over. Ever. That's one of my favorite things, is when people say, I've closed that chapter in my life. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it's done. It's over with. I didn't even think about it. Yeah, you do. Of course you do. Because it's in your DNA. And until you figure out how to squeaky clean your DNA, I don't know of a way to do that. I don't know that there is a way to do that. That's why it's called the collective conscious. That's why it's called the Akashic records. Once something's said and done, you don't get to take it back. You don't get to unthink it, unfeel it, unsee it. You might be able to undo it and maybe heal it with inside of yourself or with someone else or whatever, but that's it. It's done. I wish we all for real knew that when we were kids, and we for real knew that and lived, y'all's parents may have raised you in a conscious manner. Mine didn't. She didn't know anything about this stuff. She was a product of the 30s, 40s, and 50s. There was right, there was wrong, and you didn't do anything other than that. You didn't think about anything other than that. That's it. Right and wrong, period. Okay. So every day in every way, the World Tarot card is asking you, and again, remember, Rider Waite Smith Tarot. This is Rider Waite Smith Tarot symbolism, right? You may believe or work with a different system, but this is what this card is. It's symbolic meaning. That's what this is all about. Now, she's having a lot of fun. But it's kind of that same thing as like in Mary Poppins, when Mary is on the kids about cleaning up their room, and they're like, and she like makes up that song, and then it's a lot of fun. Okay. So the Kabbalists call the World Tarot card the administrative intelligence. So let's be really clear about one thing with this card. Oh, I love it when this card comes out in readings, and it almost never does, because it is such a whole whoa kind of thing. Let the heavens open up and the angels sing. It's that kind of card. Okay. So the administrative intelligence means you got a lot of stuff to do. You got a lot on your plate. You're going to have to make decisions. You're going to have to be the boss of you. You're going to have to be the boss of the world surrounding you. But it's natural. You know what to do. All of that being said, you have earth, air, fire, water around you. You'll be drawing from that wisdom, drawing from that strength. It'll be infusing you, right? It'll be inside of you. Remember also that winner's wreath, most wreaths are round, right? If you look at a winner's wreath of pretty much anything, when they give them out, they're round, but this one is oval because it symbolizes the cosmic egg. That's the world egg in the Greek myth. And that is, it's an egg, y'all. I mean, I know you know the symbolism of eggs, new life, new beginnings. You know, maybe the egg is fragile, but what's coming from the inside is it's life. And that in and of itself is just the most astounding thing. Do y'all know what has to, have you ever watched one of those science videos about what actually has to happen to make a baby of any kind? Like, that's why they call it, that's why a lot of us are like, when we see other people and we're having a spiritual conversation, if we're vibing with them, we're like, I'm so proud of you for doing what it took to incarnate into this world, because it's not an easy task. Once you decide on the other side, you're going to incarnate into this 3D reality, you got to my understanding, you got to shove other spirits out of the way, because everybody wants, not everybody, but a lot of souls, a lot of spirits want to experience the human experience. And so here we are. Okay, let's move on. So the dancer's scarf is the old karma. It's already sliding off her body. And I love that. I love that symbolic meaning, because so many people say to me and have said to me over the years, I screwed up as a kid. I married the wrong person. I made the wrong decision. So this is out of reach for me now. Why? No one can ever give me a reason. They'll tell me stuff, but they're not real reasons. They're excuses. And there's a difference between a reason and an excuse. A huge, huge difference. A difference between a reason and an excuse. Please remember that. Okay. When the karma is gone, when she just completely lets that scarf fall off her body, that's it. That's when the cosmic egg goes crack and everything hatches. And then you discard the temporary shell and you've got a whole new world. Do not make me sing Disney tunes this morning. I'm not warmed up. I don't even know what it'll come out like, so don't make me sing it. Okay. So the thing is you can be super aware of the physical world. You can do well and be comfortable and be happy in the physical world, even though you probably have a sense in your spirit that the other world is like way more funner. Okay. But there you go. So really the question when you take a look at the World Tarot card is, okay, I'm here. I'm ready. We're making it happen. I'm, ta-da. What's next? Okay. When the World Tarot card shows upright in a tarot reading like it did today, that really is a time for you to say, yay me, and give yourself some credit. And then all that you know about what the World Tarot card signifies, it's already set in motion. You're already doing it, but you've got to trust, because that's what this card symbolizes and signifies. It's an omen, if you will. It's a prognostication, if you will. You're ready. You're totally ready. You're so prepared. You're fixing to go on this grand adventure. And it's just going to be crazy and beautiful, right? So your bags are packed. That's it. You're leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when you'll be back again. Don't make me sing that either.